Today we're at the Story Stern's Japanese Garden in Pasadena for the Real Geisha Real Stories 2019 West Coast Tour, hosted by the Japan Foundation. This is my first time here, and I gotta say, I really like it. They have a koi fish pond, a tea house, and on this particular occasion, they have a Japanese art exhibit. They're also auctioning off antiques. Of course, the main focus here is the geisha performance. This is very special because these are real geisha from a renowned school in Kyoto, Japan. Apparently, it's rare to see real geisha, even in Japan. Most of the ones you might see are actually tourists that rent geisha outfits and have their makeup done for the day. But I digress. Let's get on with the show.
Good evening, everybody. It's good to see a big crowd out tonight. First of all, I'd like to thank everyone for coming. I don't know how much people know about geisha culture, so I'm just going to give a little brief description. First of all, the term geisha itself, G-E-I, gei, means art, and sha, person or people of. So they're people of arts. However, that's a generic term we use throughout Japan. So in Kyoto, we use maiko for the young ladies between 15 and 2021, and geiko, 2021 onwards. In Kyoto, we have 5 geisha districts, the most concentrated in Japan, with numbers reaching 240 to 250. The youngest maiko is 15. The oldest practicing geiko is 86. But you know what the funny thing is? She looks 60 and she drinks like she's 40. So yeah, tonight we're going to have a little bit of a dance performance for us. So I would love to introduce the entertainers. So we're going to do the first dance will be by Konami. It's going to be Rokudan Kuzushi, which is a story about a young girl trying to catch a butterfly. And whether she catches it or not, you decide. The next dance we followed by Kanako, and she's going to do Hagi Kikyo. So Kikyo is a Chinese bellflower, and you'll notice in both maiko, their hair ornament is the Chinese bellflower that is worn only in September. Each month the hair ornaments change, as long as with the colors of their kimono and the patterns on their obis and everything. You also notice the 2 maiko will have their hair up. That is their natural hair. So when they flew over here, they had to fly with their hair up. Our geiko tonight, she's wearing a wig. So when she flew over here, she had her wig in her wig box and she slept normally. However, since we're leaving tomorrow, the maiko are counting the minutes down to getting back to the hotel when they can literally let their hair down and prepare for their flight tomorrow. So this is our musician, Mihina-san. She's from the Niyagawa-cho district. And our dancer dozo. This is Konami-san. Konami-san from the Gion Kobu district. And notice the difference when you see them stand up. Mihina has a 4.5 meter long obi compared to the 2 maiko's obi, which is 7.5 meters long. So without further ado, we'll get this show started. What did you think? Wasn't that beautiful? So, did you get the feeling that Konami-san caught the butterfly? I just asked her. She said, no, but sometimes I do. And Kaneko-san, could you just tell she was appreciating the upcoming fall and just kind of almost watching the Chinese bellflower bloom right in front of her? Now the next song, Gion Kota, takes you through the 4 seasons of Kyoto, starting with spring, summer, fall, and winter. It's also a story about a young girl kind of maturing into a young woman. And you'll notice in each of the choruses, you'll be mentioning the long darari obi that the maiko are wearing. You might notice the obi the maiko are wearing are very long. They're 7.5 meters long, compared to Miyahina's obi, which is 4.5 meters long. What else? See if you can see seasonal gestures. And this is the one I mentioned that the 2 schools are different. So the Miyagawacho school studies the Wakayagi school of dance, and the Gion Kobu school studies the Inoue school or Kyomai school of dance. So see if you can pick out those subtle differences and see the different movements. Well, let's give a big round of applause for our entertainers. Mihina, our musician. Kanoko and Konami-san.
Thanks for sticking through till the end of the video. And a very special thanks to the Japan Foundation. Until next time.